Is AI going to take your sales job? Now, there's a lot of stuff in the marketplace right now talking about AI and Salesforce, how many people they just cut off, and other companies that are cutting left and right and replacing them with AI jobs, but specifically sales jobs. What does that look like? So my name is Zac Dingee. I run a solar sales company. It does about $50 million a year in annual sales. I have about an 80-person sales organization, and this one is a very, very touchy and hot topic for me. And so I got some stats and some research and some things I want to show you today throughout the video, but definitely an interesting topic to talk about with AI because it is just so prevalent right now and so in our faces, and so many people are worried about it. You've seen the headlines, AI is coming for your job. You saw what Claude just announced with a lot of the things that what industries are going to be affected. And number 2 on the most affected sector of job losses, a study done by McKinsey, number 2 was customer service. So when it comes to sales, I think there's different parts of sales, which we're going to get into in this video. But let me just go through some more stats before we actually break down into that. So Goldman Sachs put AI could replace 25 million full-time jobs by 2026. That's within this year, they can replace 25 million full-time jobs. Salesforce cut 4,000 support workers. AI was cited in 55,000 plus US layoffs in 2025 alone, meaning AI was the reason in 55,000 layoffs in America. The Anthropic CEO, AI could eliminate 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs in the next 5 years. Another one by Goldman Sachs, workers aged 22 to 25 in AI-exposed roles saw a 16% employment rate drop. So these are some kind of statistics and numbers just to kind of get you thinking. But the big one for me is customer service is the number 2 most affected in job losses, seeing a 20% job loss drop. And so why is that? Because a lot of these monotonous customer service representatives that have to deal with upset customers that call in or emailing back and forth or like a chat bot, those people and those solutions can be done very, very easy by another person, by an AI bot, where they're just kind of helping them or talking to them or trying to figure out what problem they have is very easy to be done by an AI bot. And so let's start with, now that we know some of the like total overall macro data points, which sales jobs do I actually believe will be replaced? Because like I said earlier in this video, there's a few different layers of sales jobs. There's door-to-door, there's in-person sales, there's cold calling, there's customer service, there's people who work in a flooring company or a tile company where people walk in and they sell them a product there. That's kind of considered sales. So for customer service / inbound phone sales, AI chatbots now handle 80% of routine customer inquiries without human. So 80% of customer service is handled by chatbots. By 2025, AI projected to handle 95% of all customer interactions with voice / text. That's projected by the end of this year that 95% of all call-in customer service jobs will be AI. Bank of America's AI agent named Erica handles 56 million interactions per month. 98% of those interactions are resolved within 44 seconds. Crazy data here. Let me keep going. 2 more. Ducon replaced 27 customer service agents with ChatGPT bot, cut costs by 99%, and kept an 85% satisfaction rate. If you are in customer service, you should be very, very worried, because I would assume, and a lot of the data shows, that pretty much 95, if not 100% of those jobs will be gone within the next 12 months. That seems like it is the first place that they are cutting costs, because it's so easy for an AI bot to handle that. It's so much easier and so much more cost effective for an AI bot to handle that. And that's just the unfortunate reality. So if you are in the customer service part of sales, meaning you pick up the phone and handle issues that are coming through, you're getting inbound leads that are calling in saying, hey, I'm interested, can I learn more about your product? Anybody who's pretty much just kind of answering the phone, those people are going to be gone. Anybody who's doing emails back and forth for customer relations, those people are going to be gone. It's just way too easy to train an AI bot to do that. You can train an AI bot in 30 days. You can really train it in less, but maximum it takes you 30 days and probably costs you a fraction of that person's salary. So any customer service type of sales, you can pretty much kiss goodbye by the end of this year. Next one is cold outreach roles. Now, the title that this gave me is a human SDR. SDR stands for Sales Development Representative. This is someone basically reaching out. This could be B2B or B2C. You're reaching out and you're trying to cold email people or cold market on social media or something along the lines of like you're reaching out to a cold leads. Those people, there's a lot of people right now that are paid to do that. A lot of offshore people or companies that are paid to do cold outreach for you. That's pretty much going to be gone. Cold outreach can be done. There's so many tools already where you can just literally automate cold outreach directly and Go High Level or any of these other companies that are all based on AI that will do that like this. AI SDR market, Sales Development Representative market, grew from $4.27 billion in 2025. It's estimated to be at $18.9 billion in 2032. That means it's going to 4x, almost 5x that industry just due to AI. If you're selling a product right now and the deal size is under $10,000 and it takes you less than 30 days to close, you probably should be worried. So if you are not doing like high level complex sales, a lot of those jobs will be gone. And I think sales in general, a lot of what people do in sales is more customer service. Like if somebody's walking into your office and you are just simply helping them come to a decision that before they got there, they already did all the research online and they just need help with that transaction. Very, very concerned because you're not doing anything that's really giving them a customer experience, a white glove experience. You're not going and you don't need to go do an estimate or show them a lot of things. Like they pretty much already have the decision made before they get there. You just have to help them do the decision because there's no other way to make that sale happen without you. So if your job is remote, repetitive, or transactional, you should be concerned. If they can get their answer from a bot rather than a human, they will. And if they don't have to have a human interaction, that's what they're going to do. And so just think about it right now. Like when is the last time you called a customer service, you called in for customer service and a human answered the phone? Or at least think about how long does it take to get on with a human before they do answer the phone? It's been robots for 10 years now. And so that's just going to be replaced with the person that finally does pick up, or they're going to make it so there's no wait time, but as soon as they pick up the phone, it is a robot immediately, and they're just talking to you like they're human. We've tried this service with some of our cold calling. We have an AI call, and yeah, you can kind of tell it's AI, but it is damn good. And this is really probably a year into only having this AI call. I can't imagine in another year what it's going to be like. It's going to be indistinguishable from a human being calling or a robot calling. What sales jobs are safe? Let's go through this. We talked about the ones that aren't safe. If they're repetitive, if they're remote, or if they're transactional, or a combination of those three. In my opinion, the ones that are going to be safe are in person or complex or relationship-based, or a combination of those three. So what do I mean? One, which is the one that I am in, is door-to-door sales. I do not think door-to-door sales is going to take a big hit. I think there will always be a level of intimacy that people want when it comes to a sales process like that. When you're in somebody's home, it's a $40, $50, $60, $70, $80,000 transaction that's being made. You have to run an estimate. It's complex. You have to know how much electricity they use, where's it going to go, what's their electrical look like, what's their roof condition. You have to know so many things that it makes it a very complex sale. It's in person and it's relationship based, meaning you have this one-on-one, you have an hour-long sit down to figure all these things out, and then it's a process that you go through that you have to meet on a almost weekly basis with this homeowner to make sure everything is happening smoothly. So it checks all those boxes. What's another one? I think financial advising. some kind of wealth advisory. I think people don't want AI to do that. I think they want to trust someone. They want a face-to-face requirement. They want to know what that person is doing with their money. So it's in person, it can be pretty complex, and it can be relationship-based for that. Another one is like medical sales or pharma sales. I think that's just too complicated. These machines are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. They don't want to make an interaction over a computer with a robot. They want someone in person. Another one is complex B2B sales, like procurement teams or you're selling equity in companies or buying equity in companies. Those things, they take a long time. They're very, very complex. There's a lot of fine details that you have to work out. So basically, to ask yourself the three things that they aren't, and then the three things that they are. Are they in person? Are they complex? And are they relationship based? I don't think AI can touch you. I think you're pretty safe there, at least for a decade. I don't know, this AI thing moves fast, but I think at least for a decade, you should be good. And to just drive that point down on why I came up with those things, reason number one, AI can't knock a door. There are so many people getting solar leads right now and buying them online, and yet still, we can go out and knock on doors and you talk to people who have never looked into solar before. So even though there's thousands of dollars being invested in marketing by other companies, when you go door to door, you find the people that weren't online searching for it, but that you now, because you're talking to them one-on-one, they actually get to trust you and create a relationship and then buy solar because of this person, they like you. Number two, AI can't read a room. If you're in B2B businesses and you're making negotiations, AI can't read that room and figure out what to pivot to or what to not pivot to. So that AI can't do. AI can't build trust. Yes, there may be intrinsic trust because AI and people trust in AI, but it can't build trust with the human interaction of, is this product or is this person going to treat me well? If I make a purchase with this company, am I going to be taken care of? AI can't do that. A person can do that. And then last thing, reason number four is a complex sale is one's pretty obvious, but a complex sale has too many variables. If there's way too many moving parts, AI can't solve that because things are going to change so drastically throughout the process, especially if it's like a 9-month process. There's too many things that are going to change and you need a person for that. Now let me give you the good news. The good news is with AI, a lot of the bad actors are going to be taken out. The difference between a good sales rep and a great sales rep is only going to become bigger and bigger and bigger because of the use of AI, the use of follow-up and using that tool and mastering that skill set. There will be less competition and less companies. It is a K-shaped economy and it's a K-shaped business world. The good get better and the bad get worse. And typically those bad will factor out and their business will fail or they'll shrink or whatever will happen. But there's going to be less competition for sure. That's the beautiful thing. If you can master AI and you do know how to use it to your advantage, you will inherently sell more. And that's kind of number two, which is AI will actually help you sell more. If you are a good sales rep and you are in one of these businesses like door-to-door or some kind of complex sales, if you can still do the in-person, plus you now know how to use AI to your advantage, it will help you 2x, 3x your sales. If you can get it to do all your follow-ups or all of your cold calling or all of your customer service, you now can inherently get rid of all of those people and put them into door-to-door, put them into creating new leads or going out and doing some form of complex sales. So if you are in sales, it should help you sell more. And then lastly, your income ceiling goes up because the people that are in these type of opportunities where AI can't take your job, it's in person, it's complex, and it's relationship based. Those people that can do that, they will get paid more because that is a way more difficult skill set. Like lower level sales, people that are in a building and somebody walks in, like a car sales. They're in there, it's a much easier sale, person already knows what they want, you're just kind of helping them. That's a lower level paid sales. Compared to someone who is selling wealth advisory or someone who's selling HVAC to a home, it's a higher skill set sale, which means more money. So your income ceiling will go up. What would I do right now if I wasn't in the position I was in? Number one is get into one of those sales positions. So if you're in sales and you're in a repetitive, transactional, or remote business, you should go look for something that's not one of those three. You should go look for something that's in person and that is complex and that you can do, because I think over the next 12 months, maybe even less, you're going to see a lot more companies laying off people that are in those monotonous, repetitive sales positions. Number two, become somebody that AI can't replace. AI cannot replace the ability to read a room, the ability to lead, the ability to speak, to communicate, the ability to work hard. These things that AI cannot break, you need to become. So stop worrying about AI taking your job and start figuring out how to use AI to help you. That's how you become a person AI can't replace, is you get really good at using it, and then you build all the other tangible skills that make you phenomenal at your job. Step three you can do, if you are crushing it right now, this kind of goes with step two, but figure out how to use AI in your business. So many people right now are just thinking, well, I'm going to figure that out later. I don't know how to use it right now, so let me just not worry about it. One of the best things you can do is just play with AI. What can it do? Maybe what can I implement here? I ask AI, hey, what can you do for my sales business? What are the best ways to implement you into my sales business? And it tells me answers. Then I try to take that and actually use them. And then step four, which is kind of off topic, but I think important to this subject, is get into a growing industry. Yes, AI is going to change things. It's going to change the businesses as a whole. There's going to be layoffs, but I think over the next 5 to 10 years, we will see the net positive of AI. And I don't think it changes the fact of there are still going to be growing industries and dying industries. And so get into a growing industry that is going to use AI and is going to grow as AI becomes better and better. AI is coming for the low-level, repetitive jobs that nobody wants to do. I think this is the same thing that happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, where factories stopped being manned by people. So like a car manufacturing factory used to be people putting together each part of the car. One person put the doors and then screwed it and then drilled it and then at the trunk, and there was literal people in the assembly line doing that. And then now you have machines that do that. You have arms that swing out and put the door on and drill, and it's not a human there anymore. A human is just watching that factory. Well, when that happened, we didn't see 5 million jobs lost in the economy got sent to BS. It happened, and people got new jobs and things changed. And so it's the same thing with sales. Your sales job that is repetitive and monotonous and something that a robot can do will be taken. But there are still other jobs that you can do in sales that will not be taken. Yes, the factory worker who was in the front line of the factory might have been taken, but there's still factories, people who own factories and supervise them, and people who built the factories, and there are other positions that are very, very closely related that work. So same thing in sales. Is it in person? Or do you have to be with a homeowner or in a house or with a client? Is it complex enough that AI can't do it? And are you fostering a true relationship with this person that is invaluable? If you're doing those things, then you will not lose your job. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, all you feel like all day, it's cold calling, it's customer service, expect your job to be gone for the majority of companies in the next 12 to 24 months. And so this video is not meant to scare you. It's just meant to tell you my thoughts on where AI is going and what you need to do to protect yourself. And it's coming for jobs that people don't really want anyway. Customer service is not that fun of a job. It's a job that people do because they feel like they need to make a paycheck, and that's fine. But real level sales, people that really know how to sell, are completely fine and are not going to lose their job. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video. If you are in one of these jobs that you think is going to lose your job, feel free to hit me up. We're always hiring for door-to-door sales reps. And if you are a door-to-door sales rep or you're in complex sales, let me know how AI has changed your job or what's been implemented in your business. I would love to know more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.